Your heart is racing. Your palms are sweating. You haven't moved from your chair in 20 minutes. Someone just replied to your email in all caps. Your boss walked past your desk without saying good morning. Your phone buzzed with a notification you haven't opened yet. Nothing here can hurt you, but your body doesn't know that. Because right now, somewhere deep inside your skull, a part of your brain that is older than language, older than fire, older than your entire species as you know it, has just made a decision. It thinks you are being hunted. This is the story of why your brain still thinks you're being chased by a lion, and the real answer is far stranger than stress management advice ever tells you. 200,000 years ago, your ancestors lived on the open grasslands of East Africa. There were no email inboxes, there were no deadlines, but there were lions, there were leopards, there were hyenas that hunted in packs, and snakes that struck without warning. For a creature living in that world, there was only one rule that mattered: react first, think later. A human who paused to reason through the situation, who calmly weighed the probability of danger before moving, did not get a second chance to learn from the mistake. Evolution does not reward careful thinkers when the thing being thought about is a predator's jaw. So your body built a shortcut. A physiologist named Walter Cannon first described it in the early 20th century, and he gave it a name you've almost certainly heard: fight or flight. Here's what that shortcut actually does. The moment your brain perceives a threat, a tiny almond-shaped structure called the amygdala fires before you're even consciously aware of what you saw. It doesn't wait for your rational mind to weigh in. It sounds the alarm first and asks questions later. That alarm triggers a cascade. Your adrenal glands dump adrenaline into your bloodstream. Your heart rate spikes. Your pupils dilate. Blood rushes away from your digestive system and floods into your muscles, because digesting lunch is irrelevant if you're about to be eaten. Your body prepares in less than a second to either fight for its life or run for it. It is, without exaggeration, one of the most elegant survival systems ever built by natural selection. It kept your ancestors alive long enough to become your ancestors. But here's the problem. That system was built for a world with lions in it, and you don't live in that world anymore. You live in a world of overdue invoices, of group chats, of a red notification bubble that might contain bad news, and your amygdala, that ancient alarm bell, cannot tell the difference between a predator stalking you through tall grass and a passive-aggressive text message from your landlord. Neuroscientist and primatologist Robert Sapolsky spent decades studying this exact mismatch, first in wild baboons in Kenya and later in humans under chronic stress. His conclusion was almost unsettling in its simplicity. Zebras, he pointed out, get stressed for exactly as long as the lion is chasing them. The moment the chase ends, their stress hormones drop back to baseline within minutes. You do not get that luxury. Because the lion chasing you today isn't a physical animal you can outrun or escape. It's a thought. It's a memory of an argument. It's an imagined version of tomorrow's meeting that hasn't even happened yet. And a thought can chase you for hours, for days, sometimes for years. Your amygdala fires anyway. Your adrenaline spikes anyway. Your body prepares to fight an enemy that was never physically there. This is where things get stranger. If this system only fired occasionally, it would just be an inconvenience, a racing heart before a job interview, sweaty palms before a first date. Annoying but harmless. The real danger is what happens when the alarm never fully turns off. Neuroendocrinologist Bruce McEwen coined a term for this: allostatic load. It describes the cumulative wear and tear on your body when your stress response system is activated again and again, day after day, without enough recovery time in between. Chronic elevated cortisol, the hormone your body releases during prolonged stress, has been linked to weakened immune function, impaired memory formation, and even physical shrinkage in the hippocampus, the very brain region responsible for learning and memory. Your body's ancient survival tool, when left running constantly, can actively work against your long-term survival. Think about that for a moment. The exact mechanism that once saved your ancestors from being eaten is, in the modern world, quietly wearing down the people who never face a single physical predator in their entire lives. Why hasn't evolution fixed this yet? Because evolution doesn't work on the timescale of an email inbox. 200,000 years produced a brain exquisitely tuned to grassland survival. The modern world, with its screens and deadlines and constant low-grade social threats, is maybe 200 years old. In evolutionary terms, that's not even a blink. Your brain hasn't had time to catch up. It's still running ancient software on hardware built for a world that no longer exists. So what do you do with a brain that keeps mistaking your inbox for a predator? You can't turn the alarm system off. Trying to suppress it entirely doesn't work, and researchers who study anxiety disorders have found that avoidance often makes the alarm louder over time, not quieter. What actually helps is something closer to translation, teaching your body again and again that the lion it just sensed can be safely reclassified. This is part of why physical movement works so well against stress. Your body prepared adrenaline and glucose for running or fighting. If you actually move, even just a brisk walk, you complete the biological loop your ancestors would have completed naturally. You give the system the physical resolution it was designed to expect, instead of leaving it stranded in a chair with nowhere to go. It's also why simply naming what you're feeling, out loud or on paper, has been shown in neuroimaging studies to measurably reduce amygdala activity. The moment you can say, "I am anxious about this meeting," instead of simply feeling the raw, wordless alarm, you're routing the experience through the more rational, recently evolved parts of your brain. You're giving your ancient alarm system a chance to be reviewed by a smarter, slower judge. None of this makes the feeling disappear instantly, but it explains something that might be quietly comforting. You are not broken. You are not weak for feeling your heart pound before sending a difficult message, or for lying awake replaying a conversation that ended hours ago. You are running a survival system that has kept humans alive across ice ages, famines, migrations, and predators for hundreds of thousands of years. It is simply pointed right now at the wrong target. So tonight, when your phone buzzes and your stomach tightens before you've even read the message, notice it for what it actually is. Not weakness, not overreaction, just an ancient hunter still standing guard inside you, still scanning the grass for danger, still doing the only job it is ever known to do. Your heart is racing, your palms are sweating, and somewhere behind your eyes, a 200,000-year-old sentinel just mistook a notification for a lion.